Well, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have landed in the UK ahead of a 5-day tour. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle reportedly ditched private jets to fly commercial before carrying out their planned charity work in the UK. Joining us live now is the royal editor of the Daily Mirror, Russell Myers. Russell, good to see you again. Good evening where you are. Did they really fly commercial?
Good evening. Well, good morning, Peter. Well, they did actually. I'm told they've shunned private jets, whatever next. But listen, they've got a packed schedule here in the UK. Just tomorrow on Monday here in London, they will be at actually in Manchester. They will be at the One World Youth Summit, and this is something that Meghan Markle is speaking at. So we wait on tenterhooks to see what she has got to say after trashing the royal family last week. And then the next day they will be in Dusseldorf for Prince Harry's Invictus Games. It's a one-year countdown to the games in Germany, and then they've got a day off. One may wonder whether they will be visiting the Queen, but I'm told tonight that Prince Charles did extend an invitation to the couple to visit him in Scotland, and that has been declined, unfortunately. And then on Thursday they will be back in London at the World Child Charity Award, which is a charity for children suffering from terminal illnesses. So a packed schedule here in the UK.
So back on Charles there. So that is him turning down an invitation to see his own dad, Harry. I mean here.
Well, it does, unfortunately. I mean, people I was speaking to today were saying that this is an open invitation that Charles has extended. You know, he's spoken to his son on a couple of occasions, and I think it was right at the beginning of the year that Harry was speaking about his security issues. I mean, he's got a big legal case with the British government here in the UK about the decision to strip him of his security. So he's obviously very, very worried about that. He's saying that the UK is such a dangerous place that he can't bring his children, and yet here they are this week with a packed schedule. So, I mean, it seems all a bit up in the air, but quite unfortunate for Prince Charles,
Wow.
I think.
So they're still frosty, aren't they, Russell?
Well, they are indeed. I think they're no more frosty than last week when this bombshell interview landed from the Cut magazine in New York, part of the New Yorker. I mean, it's just astonishing. A 6,500 word sort of diatribe against the royal family, saying that Harry and Meghan were happy to leave, that they were unhappy at their treatment during their brief time as royals, and certainly, some veiled threats. Meghan saying that she kept a journal. So, I mean, we're all waiting to see what Harry says in his long-awaited memoir. I mean, could Meghan Markle be the next one following suit?
When's that expected to come out?
Well, again, I mean, it's shrouded in mystery. It was off the publisher's list. It was supposed to be released sort of in the autumn, just after the Platinum Jubilee, and yet we still haven't seen any sight of it. I mean, I'm told that it will still be coming out this year, but certainly the royal family are braced for more revelations. I mean, I think they thought that Harry and Meghan would just slide off into the sunset, but it's been anything but for them, unfortunately.
No, and you've got this podcast that I'm sure Meghan is earning a lot of money from, and if Harry's got a book, I mean, I'm sure there must be a few quid in that. They're continuing to cash in on the royal family, aren't they?
Well, they are. The issue they have is that they've signed huge, big money deals with the streaming giants, Spotify and Netflix. We're told that there's a Netflix crew following the round. Indeed, Meghan sort of admitted that last week in this interview, saying that people haven't seen their love story. I mean, I saw some commentary saying that, how on earth do they think we've lived for so long without it? But I think they need to keep coming out with this rhetoric about how put on they were from their time at the royal family. But I think that how long can they keep saying this before people just turn off? And I think you've seen the American public even turn off these last few days, and obviously that will be quite problematic for them. But listen, saying that, her podcast is #1 in about a dozen countries, so they must be doing something right.
Well, I guess people just want to hear the dirt, don't they?
Well, I think sometimes they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. However, a lot of the people who I speak to close to the royal family are saying that surely this is enough now. We know that they felt aggrieved by their time within the family. We know that they've left and they've made a big success of their lives. They've made an awful lot of money in a short amount of time. And like I said, the feeling was that they should just go off, slope off into the sunset, put their feet up in their $40 million mansion and not make too much noise. And unfortunately, it's been anything but. So I think a lot of people will be holding on to their hats when Harry's book comes out.
Okay, just a final one here, Russell, then. I mean, we touched on this last week, but poor old Queen is caught up in all of this. Her mantra's always been, famously, never complain, never explain. Privately, though, what are you hearing? How's she feeling about it all?
Well, again, I mean, the Queen is 96 and she's on her summer holiday at the moment. And, everyone would wish her well. You've got to put her feet up, bit of rest and recuperation after a packed summer. But, of course it's going to take the strain on her. And we haven't seen her since July the 21st, which is slightly worrying. I'm told that these episodic mobility problems are increasing, unfortunately. However, on Tuesday, she's welcoming a new Prime Minister here in the UK. So fingers crossed, we'll get to see her then. And, and we'll make a decision then, I think.
Good to see you, Russell Myers there, the Royal Editor for the Daily Mirror. Look forward to joining you again this week. It's an action-packed day, an action-packed week in the UK when it comes to Harry and Meghan. Thanks, Russell. We'll talk to you soon.